God fucking damn it.
I got an email that had Twitch streams going live. That's what happened. I got an email that said, your Twitch stream has gone live.
He ain't lying.
I know.
I can never find
Twitch stream is live. Yay. And we're recording.
Live and well. So 3 bathrooms in this place, not counting like the basement, like sinks or whatever.
Well, you could probably pee in the sump pump area
if
there.
his bathroom is in his bedroom, then there's 4 There's 4 that I know of. What is happening to my phone?
I could probably...
It's probably a Twitch commercial.
I don't know. If I was standing on my tiptoes, I could maybe pee in the kitchen sink.
I have never peed in a sink in my life. It seems like something savages and monsters would do. I've peed in toilets and urinals. I've peed outside, but not like on concrete, only when I'm like in the woods.
Kitchen sinks or bathroom sinks? Which sinks count as inappropriate?
Neither.
Well, there's like those
And
big like
it's only,
plastic
like-
sinks, right?
Only within like the last year I've ever peed in the shower. Like that's how anti-peeing places that aren't a toilet I am.
Yeah, that's rough. I mean, like I always have one of the large
pee in
like
a sink?
Well, because like when I was younger, my mom and dad had a 2-bedroom house, and I had a brother. And once we got old enough to where we were able to split, like we didn't want to be in the same room anymore. I moved into the basement. It was unfinished, so there was a big old deep like plastic sink that was connected to some faucets. It had something to do with letting the washer drain. So instead of walking my fat ass upstairs, I'd just pee in the sink.
Yeah, but there's a toilet upstairs.
It's basically a urinal. Then you just like turn on the faucet and it's flushing. It's the same thing.
It smells like pee.
Well, that
Also,
smelled
to
like
be fair-
mildew and mold anyways, so it probably helped kill it.
Yeah, sanitizing it. I like to sit when I pee, though, so sinks are awkward.
Well, I had to do that for a while, but for other reasons.
Something was pierced, I'm assuming.
When I go to someone's house, I piss in their sink.
Yeah.
I have pissed in like 74 sinks.
I don't do that. I do upper deck people, though.
Yeah, upper
That's
decker.
rude.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty bad. I don't even know if I have to know someone for a really long time before I even shit in their house.
I try never to shit in someone else's house because I'm like, you know what? I don't want them to shit in my house, so I don't shit in their house.
Oh, I shit in your house all the time.
I know, but I mean, I try not to do anything disgusting and like people. Well, I mean, like there's a select few. It's like I'd rather not do anything in their house, or I'm just gonna shit in their like aquarium.
That's more polite.
Some driftwood right there.
Yeah. So Twitch showed me last week's feed because that's what I want to know all about.
Well, that's fine. You'll just watch like 30 minutes of the Gary Busey gif.
It's not 30 minutes.
It's GIF. Your woman is wrong. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for yourself.
No,
you
I'll
pronounce
say
it
it both.
GIF.
I say it both ways. Just because I had a peanut butter sandwich
It's
today,
jive.
choosy moms choose Jeff.
Oh my god! I realized I didn't name the stream. I didn't name the thing here. I just updated that. So I'm all filled with fails today.
Welcome to
call it-
episode 133.
Three.
133.
In your region.
Of Crippled System.
Recommendations.
Yes. No, I have a topic for today that I came up with a little while ago, but we have to
called-
do like announcements and stuff. first.
Announcements.
It's
Nothing's
called
happening.
Palooza.
Gamehole Con is in 2
Hey,
weeks.
when is Clusterfuckapalooza happening? Is that happening?
don't
Are we
know.
going to do it?
I'll send out messages to people tomorrow.
Send feelers out. I think
I'll
we could
send
probably
feelers.
do it. We could probably do it Friday night.
I'm just demoralized from last
Friday night. Well, me and
Or
you.
Saturday night.
Friday night doesn't work because he's assigned to a board game Friday night.
Yeah,
Then Saturday night. We
Maybe,
could probably do
yeah.
it Saturday night.
maybe.
I'm assigned to carrying around.
It'll be
beer
less
and
clusterfucky.
getting
Like I think
shit-faced.
we'll just need to get like a crossover thing, get like 4 podcasts, and just shuffle, and maybe not do the during broadcasting shuffling.
Let's organize
No,
it.
during the broadcast shuffle is fine.
Let's figure that out off air.
What?
It's not a good.
It's a topic.
That's
a topic.
podcast business in our free time, though. That's like your bane of existence.
Well, I mean, I won't be involved in the conversation at all, which is why I love the conversation, so I don't have to hear any of it.
So when you said let's figure it out, you meant why don't you guys?
You
figure it
guys,
out?
if you figure it out, I'll be off playing board games, giving 0 fucks about it.
Wait, I meant, are we not broadcasting
We're
now? What's
broadcasting.
happening?
We're broadcasting right now.
Everything is
the
happening.
picture went away. I'm so confused.
It's regular crap. Adam JY 4268 asked.
That's my brother.
Oh,
That's my brother.
yeah.
He's one of my 2 favorite brothers. By the way, for those of you who dislike, oh my god,
Feedback.
that shit.
Oh, PlayStation.
I have announcements.
commercial.
My phone. No, hold on a second. My phone shaking during the broadcast 2 weeks ago was that fucker's fault because he has me in a group message with my brother, my other brother, and some third number that I don't know who it is because it doesn't have a name on my phone. And
is that Daryl?
yeah, it's probably Daryl. Like, to give you an idea how much these assholes talk to each other, so I turned off the vibrate on the phone this time. To be fair, it was an exciting last quarter, but when I picked the phone up, I had 68 missed messages in that group text.
Yeah.
Like,
That's too much.
calm your tits.
Calm down. Announcements.
Yeah.
2 weeks from 2 days ago, or so. 2-ish weeks. 2 weeks, probably. Later in November. Early November, later.
It would have been 3 weeks from 2 days ago.
3 weeks from 2 days. GameWorkCon! Pre-registration has closed.
It's 20 days from right now.
You have to sign. You can still sign up. You can still go. You just have to wait till the day of the event to get there, sign up, and play. It's a War Machine. There's a Friday night event, Saturday and Sunday. A lot of people will be in the Saturday event. There'll be some on the Friday and Sunday too, but I think Saturday is like the bigger draw. But there'll be some Friday night gaming going on and some Sunday gaming going on as well.
I've been told I'm not allowed to play in any of the War Machine games.
I snapped a spot of the Saturday.
Because you and other Brian were already in the game. So
Yeah,
I'm like, I'll play in a game, and the
snitch.
two of you were like, no, you can't. We already are.
Hey,
Yeah, basically. We need someone to help.
I
Although Jeremy will be helping with the podcast on Saturday.
yeah,
damn
I just
it.
put my fist down and said, I'm
Is he?
playing in this
Yeah,
event.
Jeremy's helping on Saturday. And Katie. Katie wants to come along too. She hasn't worked for a week and she's really bored. She sleeps a lot now.
That is awesome. I will be very happy because I need people to help me. 'Cause
Andy's erect dick just hit the table.
no.
Well, that's kind of you to say.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
That was it put more with feeling.
I'd probably hurt myself.
And then there's this thing called War Machine Weekend after that. You'll be there. We'll be there. It'll be cool.
Yeah.
But in between those two is Fallout 4.
Well, that's Fallout 4, which might impede everything else. I took the day off work for Fallout 4. My computer has been acting very obnoxious like the last 2 weeks. It's currently working, but it's like every other day it's not working. So I might have to get the fucking game on my PS4.
I was going to say, you know what you can do to avoid a computer issue?
I gotta spend. I got $1,500 on a new computer. Either $1,500 on a reliable computer. I gotta give my computer like 2 weeks of it has to work good for a solid week. I'm getting weird RAID errors. I'm getting my network cards failing every other day. I put in I got just fucking insane problems. all over
Console
my-
gamer master race, baby.
Well,
Yeah.
not.
Consoles,
But
baby.
even so, if I would get the Total War Warhammer next year, that's only going to be a PC, so I have to get my computer fixed. I just don't want to drop $1,000+ in
Because I'm
the
gonna,
next month.
I'm going to get Fallout 4 for the PS4, and then whenever it ends up coming out, I'm going to get Vermintide for the PS4. I'm going to blind buy the shit out of that, because the reviews are all amazing.
That's first. Well, I got my keyboard mouse. I could play it on the PS4. But
Well, and I'm the weirdo, because of how much like GoldenEye and everything I played, I prefer first-person shooters with a controller.
Yeah, I'm not a
I never got in.
Quake was the big thing when I was in like middle school, where like a lot of my friends really like hopped onto the computer gaming with that, but I just couldn't do it. Like I couldn't leave my controller behind. I grew up with that thing.
well, it's what you go into it first. Is really what you adjust to.
Yeah, I went into Hexen. I could play that well, but I could not.
Which is basically Vermintide.
Yeah, but I couldn't play Hexen. I couldn't play Hexen on any of the consoles.
I
But,
played the shit out of that on. I think it was Xbox even. But I think Xbox had
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
But I mean, I have come full circle
For a
there.
while-
I'm more of a controller person.
For a
now.
while on the PS2, I played a fuckload of first-person shooters, because I played a lot of Red Faction when it first came out, the very first one, and then I also played a lot of Time Splitters. And so just a shitload of... So I am so used to playing first-person shooters with the PlayStation controller.
Like I said, I have my Zim 4 mod thing, so I can use my keyboard mouse on
There
the
you go.
PS4, so it doesn't bother me at all. I mean, if I really want to play a first-person shooter on the PS4, I'll still use a mouse keyboard because fuck controllers.
So there it is. Look forward to us twitching 4-player Vermintide soon.
Yeah. Boom.
When does it come out?
Nobody knows.
Soon.
Okay.
No, it's like a couple of weeks.
Well, the PC is coming out like in a. They said that the Xbox and the PlayStation ones will be out by year end. They haven't given a hard date on them, but I'm sure it will be very soon.
Is it actually I don't know anything about the game.
is
it a
first
first?
person.
I mean, is it a first developer, or is it like an indie developer? I mean, am I looking at dropping $60, or am I looking at dropping $20?
Between 40 and 60.
Yeah, on
Okay.
the in between, because like the PC. The PC version I think is $30 to get in now with the open beta, and it's on sale for like $20. So with that as a guide, I would think that when it comes out, it'll probably be in the 40 to 50 range, not in the 60 range.
Okay.
Also, another announcement: Borderlands, a pre-sequel, final chapter comes out this coming week.
Well, I thought everything already was out.
Not to find out, not for the pre-sequel. No, not the pre. I'm sorry.
You're talking about the
Tales of the Borderlands.
Oh, Tales of Borderlands. Yes,
I
yes,
said
yes.
my brain is not working today.
Tales
of the Borderlands, the final chapter is out Tuesday.
Exciting.
It is very
Okay,
exciting.
so it's $26. So I could probably wait until almost the Steam sale for that, for the Christmas Steam sale, because it might show up
For
on there.
Vermintide?
Yeah.
Well, it depends if we're playing it on PC or not.
Oh, what are we doing? We're
I don't play
doing.
any
We
games on
just
PC.
had the discussion about whether...
Oh, it's not my Fat Shark. I'm done. I'm sold.
Okay. Why? Who's Fat Shark?
I think I did Bionic Commando.
Are they as good as Left Shark?
No, they did Bionic Commando.
The one where you can jump or not?
I think.
Or the 3D one that everybody hated?
No,
except for
it's not
me,
the 3D one. It's
where your arm turns out to be your wife. Spoilers.
that I have not beaten the 3D one.
Spoilers, your arm turns out to be your wife.
Yeah, I know that.
It's like a real life simulator for some people.
Yeah, his masturbation.
Masturbation, yeah.
Announcements.
I don't think
I'm
there's
going
any-
to Atlanta for a week. I'm sorry, Atlanta.
You're gonna go.
I can't even like social. Like normally, if I would go on a work trip, I would because Atlanta has a big War Machine crew. I would like find out where their store is, and I would go there. But my fucking coworkers want to work like day and fucking night. Somebody working like 17 hours a day. I'm not gonna have a fucking chance to like do anything.
Well, you know, if you work 17 hours a day, I know a lot of like really cheap hookers in Atlanta that you can.
They play
probably
War
get
Machine
hooked
with?
How many do you know?
I would say at least 30.
A cheap hooker will play War Machine if you pay
Text
him.
me 20 there for 20 of them their information.
Sure
I
thing.
won't have time
I mean,
for
you
them.
can that way you can collect the biggest number and make sure that somebody.
Make sure you
available-
announce yourself as your one of your coworkers.
I played 4 games of War Machine in the last 4 days.
I know you've been on fire.
I played 3 games yesterday.
Oh, you've been playing just at home with Jordan?
I played at home. I played 1 game with Jordan. We had a thing down at we posted on the Facebook thing. We were down at Peg yesterday. There's like 5 of us down at Peg playing the War Machines.
Cool.
I'm trying to throw all the score and shit on the table in a crazy combination just to get the stuff on the table.
Yeah.
I haven't got like a 4-man squad.
You kind of hit your stride again.
Trying to. I'm just trying to like throw everything out there and see what fucking.
What sticks?
What
Yeah.
sticks?
Well,
to the
I mean,
wall.
because I know what works. See, my problem is I know what works. I'm trying to find
Yeah, you want to find
Anything
something
else.
different,
Yeah.
not fist and X.
Yeah. I mean, and I might still play that, but I'm just trying to see, well, did something else just come out of the blue, some weird combo that people haven't thought of with this new stuff? I mean,
Well, when your other 20 Drakes get here, you'll be fine, right?
I got him. I will have Octo Drake. Sadly, it won't be ready for it won't be ready for Game Con, but it'll be ready for December. The big cons in December.
So who's the boss in December? Maybe.
Yeah. Are we? Is that going on?
But
then?
I retired
just
from
as
those,
a
so.
just as a heads up, since we're kind of like in that season.
Well, there's going to be a heads up. There's going to be a Who's the Boss that's happening in December, more likely December 12th. We're trying to figure out on the venue. Right now, the venue that we're looking at right now, they don't open until fucking noon.
yeah,
And
so that's
trying
a
to run
problem.
4 rounds of Who's the Boss, even though it's, we generally get through them fairly quick, that's going to be a long day.
Well, is this venue a location where someone can have alcoholic beverages?
Oh, yes.
Okay, well then I think that's okay.
But I don't want to be
If the place
over.
if the place doesn't close early, then instead you just have it go
Yeah,
late.
you just go from noon
Yeah.
till 3 in the morning.
I mean that'll work. Yeah.
But I don't know if that's going to draw people or if that's going to put people away if they're
They'll be
traveling X far and staying.
They can crash
stay
at
there.
your place.
No,
Yeah.
this is not going to be at my place. So this is going to be in Milwaukee.
They can all stay
What?
at. They can.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would I go to Milwaukee to what?
We got to drive places to do things.
Well, the whole point of having things run by local people is to not go to Milwaukee.
Yeah, I stopped going to Milwaukee as soon as they moved away from the Fazoli's. I haven't.
Although Travis says that they're opening a Portillo's in Brookfield.
That is. Yep. They are.
So yeah.
That's not near the place. That's not very clear.
It's not a Fazoli's.
near.
It would be like
It's a good distance.
it's not a lunch break go, but is it an after the event go?
No, after the event, at least get the fuck home.
That's the best time to go out and eat, though. Like, I've been fiending to have like a Milwaukee event, but they keep having all these like journeyman league.
They only have
events.
they only have like a press ganger in a judge who can run events, and they just don't run anything because they have all these reasons to just sit around and do
there's
nothing
like
all the
5
fucking
different
time.
stores there. And
Yeah,
nobody wants
they
to
could
do
have an
anything.
event constantly, but no.
No, I'm fiending for there's a burger place in Milwaukee. I think it's like one of the top 10 in the country.
Is that
And
Bazinga's?
No, it's not Bazinga's. But I'm pretty. I really want to go there.
Bazingas?
Fucking
But yeah,
Bazingas.
but going out afterwards. See, if it's a local, if it's in Madison, I will go out afterwards. But man, if it's out of town, I need to drive home.
Well,
I don't
we've
want to.
stopped at that Hardee's on the way home
Yeah.
like 100
That
times.
Hardee's.
It's almost
but
like
that's
tradition.
Yeah, well, exactly. But that's
But
in and
that-
out of
but that's-
Hardee's.
You're
If
in and
the
out
per-
of there quicker, though.
You know,
think-
have you seen how quickly I can eat Portillo's?
It's the wrong direction.
I think
Okay.
what you all need to do is come to an Oshkosh event with me when they actually run one again, and go to Pete's Garage afterwards. You go in with like less than $10, and you will leave like one of the happiest people in the world.
I cannot possibly become happy.
And you will after you have this burger in your mouth. And if that doesn't happen, I'm sure there's some like over 40. drunk
I've
lady who
decided
will-
after my trip, I'm giving up food. So.
I thought you were going to go into there. I think there was something we could put in your mouth to make you happy. I thought that was the direction you were going with that
That's
conversation.
the over 40 drunk lady he was
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Boom.
At least come for the fun stories. I embarrass and degrade
That's
people.
my annoy Andy noise.
It's everything. What the hell is going on?
Oh man, it's like lowriders starting to turn.
Wait, give me 3 more. I can do that scene from Warriors.
What's your top? We have a topic. Nathan has a topic. What's our topic?
I just muted Nathan.
We started like 7 hours too late, so we have to get this podcast over with.
All right. So we're going to do the which is better. We're having showdowns here.
Oh,
man, it's
oh,
showdown
I
times.
think I already know. This is
I
amazing.
have several of these.
It's amazing.
We're going to start with the one we were talking about that inspired this.
Mine's the best.
Which is better, Volcano or Dante's Peak?
No, or Crimson Peak.
No, that has nothing to do with it. Which is
We can
better?
talk about that later.
We will talk about that later. Which is better, Volcano or Dante's Peak?
Is
On
this
what
the volcano
level?
with Tommy Jones?
You
Yes.
tell me
Tommy
what
Jones?
level.
Yeah, there's
Volcano's the one where the lava like takes the subway to
Yeah.
cut Tommy Lee Jones off from escaping. Like it's actively flanking him.
yeah.
So
don't know.
the
There's
lava
so many
in
good things.
Volcano is smarter than the lava in Dante's Peak
Yeah.
because it has tactical maneuverability, but Dante's Peak boils grandmas.
Unfortunately, I haven't seen Dante's Peak, so I'd have to go with volcano.
I'm going to go with Dante's Peak.
For the honestly sheer stupidity, I go with Dante's Peak as well. Because man, I mean, driving your truck over lava, that's awesome
They have good
times.
tires.
No, they don't. The tires explode.
Stone tires. We just rolled our tires in concrete. That'll
Yeah.
be okay, right?
And also grandma jumping into the Bath Lake to pull the kids to shore is great. It's also lava meteorite hitting wife in head at the very beginning of the movie is a horrible scene.
Speaking of meteorites, which is better, Armageddon or Deep Impact?
Depends on my mood.
I'm going to go with Armageddon just because I love movies where they have specialized people. Like, I loved 13 Ghosts for their specialization in the ghosts. Like, they were all, like, final bosses of Mega Man or something. Or not final
Yeah.
bosses, but just bosses in general. And, like, every single one of those
were all
guys
the
had a
characters out of,
specific
Metal
job.
Gear.
They were so good.
Yeah.
It was so amazing.
13 Ghosts? Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that movie a lot.
It
Yeah.
was really fun.
How did we get into 13 Ghosts from...
Because they were all
He brings
specialized.
it up every goddamn week.
No, I
Every
haven't.
week.
No, this is
Everything
like the second one.
everything is 1 degree from 13 ghosts in his world. It's like, oh, that's just like 13 ghosts. Everything is just like 13
It's
fucking
a
ghosts
glass
to you.
house. How can you not like that? It's so good.
Don't throw stones.
Monks
Was there a
in there.
stone throwing ghost in the
I mean,
glass
yeah.
house?
No, there's not. But you could probably
Well,
run.
obviously,
The jackal
why?
could probably run through there with a cage on his
The
head.
Jackal with
Yeah.
Bruce Willis?
What is your
there we
pick,
go.
Nathan? You haven't picked
Wait,
yours.
what are the two
Deep
movies?
Impact.
Oh, Deep Impact and
Impact or
Armageddon.
Deep Impact, Armageddon.
The world ends in Deep Impact, so you got that going.
I
for it.
really like death when it happens.
The destruction that
Armageddon
happens in...
you lose Paris though, and Armageddon, and like Japan
Well,
I mean,
Japan's already halfway gone, anyways.
or the Koreas. One of those weird.
Good
speaking
Korea or
places.
bad Korea?
Not sure. Well, that's all. Well, what do you mean?
Can we add to... they're
best
both
Korea.
asteroid movies, though, but it's not an asteroid movie, but it is a world-ending movie. Is Day After Tomorrow.
That's not the thing though.
Yeah, this is
All right,
this
all
is
right, all right.
meteors killing the world.
If I have to choose one,
I don't want to close my eyes.
if I could see Steve Buscemi going crazy again in a...
Armageddon has more rewatchability value.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Although
yeah.
it still has the question of why don't they train scientists to run a drill instead of training drillers
Exactly.
to be astronauts?
Yeah.
Like
No.
it seems like a lot easier training.
You gotta,
Because they're
you
disposable.
gotta know in your gut how deep to go.
I want
That's what she said.
I want a sitcom made of them training through NASA. Instead of them rushing through it, but I just want a fully fledged sitcom just built with them, training for
Every episode would end with Steve Buscemi vomiting on something.
Oh, here, I have one from our viewers.
Yeah.
You might have it. Wait.
I only had one more off the top of my head of two movies that came out at the same time that were blatantly the same movie. So
The Magician with the Hulk, or The Magician with Wolverine. It wasn't called. One of them wasn't called The Magician.
Prestige.
There's Prestige and The Magician. They're kind of like the same.
No.
Prestige had David Bowie.
Yeah.
It was the Prestige and it was the Illusionist.
Illusionist. You're right. It's Illusionist. The Magician's a newer one. Illusionist or Prestige are kind of the same concept.
Yeah, it had David Bowie.
Yeah.
I'm always going to vote for David Bowie.
I'm just saying. The Prestige I almost liked a lot, except when it just annoyed me at the end.
See, everybody else loves the ending.
I don't remember the
It
ending
was
at all.
they were
Wasn't it some
it was this duel of like actual gimmick magic, and then it turned into the real guy using real magic. I was like, eh.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? One guy was clever because he had a fucking twin. They were doing all this crazy shit. He like was into he went into the craft for like years of playing his tricks, and the guy's like,
I was just a wizard.
yeah. I was like, okay. I mean, it was cool. I mean, it was neat that it was a wizard, but it didn't really fit in this like thing. It just like was obnoxious.
How about going off the magic track, The Illusionist or The Sorcerer's Apprentice?
I'm gonna go with 13 Ghosts.
How are those related to each other?
They're magic.
That's not at all. He doesn't understand how this works at all.
These are here's my other one that I remember off the top of my head. Although this is more of try to have who hates one of these less than the other one by not as much is Bug's Life or Ants.
You just blew me up. I'm done.
I like Bug's Life.
Bug's Life.
Bug's Life is the winner, so it's
Bug's
trying
Life
to
has
defend Ants slightly.
Well, no, there's none. I mean, Bug's Life has tuck and roll done.
Yeah,
if we removed what's his name and edited Larry David, then it would have been
that
better.
would have made Ants way better
Yeah.
having Larry David instead of
Sylvester
Woody
Stallone?
Harrelson. Yes, instead of Sylvester Stallone.
Stallone was an Ants.
Yeah, I know, but he wasn't the one you would replace. You would
Oh.
replace the guy who raped his stepdaughter.
Yeah, the rapey guy.
The rapey guy.
Rapey guy. Sylvester Stallone.
I'm pretty sure he didn't rape anybody that we know of. He kept.
Well,
he
now,
keeps.
I heard on a podcast that he raped somebody.
It's all coming back to us.
Allegedly.
Breaking news.
This is
Allegedly.
like Gilbert Gottfried's thing. at
Woody
Bob Saget's
Allen is the
roast.
rapey guy.
Woody Allen.
Yeah,
yes.
that
Tort-
sure as shit is.
Tort says RoboCop 2014 or Winter Soldier.
Wha-
I don't think they really have anything to do with each other.
Winter Soldier is better of those two, but that's definitely a difficult
I'll
choice.
never understand your dislike of that movie, but that's okay.
Winter Soldier?
Yeah, I don't.
I thought it was fine. I could have done without Nick Fury's crazy adventures.
Yeah.
That's
It didn't make it. Didn't like.
It didn't destroy
Yeah,
it.
it didn't. Just anyway. That's fine.
Ooh,
I wish the main villain was Batroc, and it would have continued with basically Captain America versus Batroc through there, and then throwing the Winter Soldier in there. I didn't need all the other things. 'Cause the
Boom.
fight between him and Batroc was amazing.
Yeah.
I found there's actually a Wikipedia entry called Twin Films that's all about this.
All right,
So it's got a bunch of examples, but they're all most of these I don't recognize. But luckily they're in alphabetical order, so I can scroll to more recently here.
well, there's also like
Wouldn't
that
be
and the
more
remake
time-
then too.
Wouldn't time be more relevant than alphabetical order for relevance, like for
Yeah.
most recent?
Yeah.
What does the alphabet have to do with the
Because we
most
didn't
time?
start using
Wait,
the letter Z in movies
did I
until
say
2000.
alphabet?
Yeah, you said alphabetical. I'm like, what is that?
I did not mean alphabetical. I meant that they were like
Only there's a new rule. Movies
Oh.
that made now are all with R's.
Weird Science and Real Genius are not even remotely close to each other.
No.
But I
Weird
masturbated
Science-
to one of them more than the other.
Weird Science is more like My Science Project. You ever see that one?
No, I
Where
have
they
not.
build the
But-
time machine and like a whole bunch of different eras crash land in their high school.
Would you say maybe Weird
Well,
Science?
that's called Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
No, because this isn't they go to the time and then pick stuff up. This is literally like it malfunctions in their high school, and so it becomes this thing where like over here is the 1500s and over there is prehistoric.
Canine Tuner and Tuner. I can't even speak.
Turner and Hooch.
Those are good examples because like these are movies that came
Oh,
out
yeah,
really
yeah.
close to each other.
Yeah.
Those movies
Turner
both
and Hooch is
and
Turner and
Canine
Hooch is
both
way
came out
better.
weird.
Turner Hooch is the superior.
Well, that one, the dog dies in that one, where he doesn't die in Canine.
Top Gun and Iron Eagle.
Well, that's kind of ish. That's still kind of a gap.
Well, Iron Eagle is pretty awesome.
Iron Eagle has Queen in it.
It does. It has Louis Gossett Jr. as well.
Yeah.
And an Iron Eagle 2, and an Iron Eagle 3, and an Iron Eagle 4.
Transformers the movie came out the same year as GoBots Battle of the Rock Lords.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's 80s, though, too. I mean, they were going on at the same time for both those franchises.
Well, the 80s, just like, it was like they would hit a movie that did well, and then like a bazillion things came after it that were basically the same thing.
Oh, here's a couple good
Interesting
ones.
thing about Transformers, though. For Transformers the movie, the fan reception of what happened to Prime in that caused G.I. Joe the movie to change.
Interesting.
Because Duke was supposed to die in G.I. Joe, and because of everybody's reaction about Prime dying in Transformers the movie,
Yeah.
they scrapped it.
They killed off what's his name in the G.I. Joe movie.
They didn't kill off anybody.
That reminds
they,
me about-
they had just Cobra Commander turn into a snake.
Yeah, well,
'Cause he was
that's
once a
different
man.
character.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you meant like the
Which is
recent
the snake.
movie.
Who was the
Oh,
snake? The Serpentor. The guy-
Serpentor, yeah. That was, yeah.
I think I might have a legitimate one now. Like,
I don't think you do.
no, I do. I
I've
think
got
I got
three
one. I
legi-
think
I
I
got
have one.
three legitimate
It's
ones now, but let's see if you got yours.
Transformers or Masks.
Well, Masks. I liked Masks.
They came out at the
I
same
watched that
fucking
guy.
time.
it's singular.
Well, Mask,
Masks.
whatever. But Mask was fucking amazing.
Remember Sky Rangers?
No, I
Where they
don't
had,
remember
like,
that one.
Oh, I had
Oh.
those toys. There's like a spider's web in my bedroom because they all like had zip lines, and the toys all came with zip lines. They'd slide down them and stuff. It was cool.
I think
brought-
my favorite toy was
Choking
the
hazards.
Yes.
crotch
It was the
rocket that
80s.
turned
Nobody
into a
cared.
helicopter.
The green one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I
green
think
one.
that's just a fantasy you have.
No, it's the crotch
No, it's the
rocket.
green.
Little Big League or Rookie of the Year?
Little Big League.
Your brother brought up one. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I know that's a good one too.
That's one that we should argue about.
We will argue about that one. But first, Little Big League or Rookie of the Year?
I don't know.
I
Oh,
don't
man.
remember Little Big. I think I've seen those.
I've seen-
Neither of those have memory. None of them have a resounding memory impact in my brain.
Okay.
I've seen
Well,
them.
Little Big League was with Rick Moranis and the Little Bears. They were like the reject kids, and they came to like the junkyard
Yeah, never
baseball
watched.
field.
No.
Oh,
what
so
about
that's-
Sandlots?
No, that's not Sandlot.
Sandlot's the one where they have the
it's
guy
singular
that's
as well.
The
God
thing
damn it.
with my big memory of Sandlots.
Sandlot.
I saw it.
I've never seen it.
I saw it as a double feature at a drive-in with the Super Mario Brothers movie with Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo. And that's a big screen to see the movie on, and there are a lot of shots of that dog jumping over the camera, and that
And
dog
the
was
balls.
male.
Yep,
So
those-
it was 20-foot wide testicles
Yep.
just flying through the air.
It's like the Red Dog commercial from the 90s. Big old bulldog balls swaying back and forth.
All right, what's next?
I like your
Tombstone or Wyatt Earp.
that one fucks me over. I can't choose. They're
That
both,
one's easy
They're both,
as
No.
they're both really good.
One of those is one of the best goddamn movies ever made.
Tombstone.
Yes.
That's the one with Will Costner as Wyatt Earp, right?
No,
No.
that's Wyatt Earp. Tombstone is the one with,
Oh, with Kurt Russell.
Wyatt
Russell.
Earp is the one I fall asleep to when I'm tired.
Tombstone is the one where Val Kilmer,
Val
says,
Kilmer.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Yeah, the Val Kilmer one is better. I'll go ahead and agree
Yes.
with that. That is
And it's
more
got
than
Bill
enough
Paxton.
reason.
I will say this though, in my defense of Wyatt Earp is
You like boring things.
no Val Kilmer's portrayal of Doc Holliday is amazing.
Oh, it's
I will
fantastic.
say though that Dennis Quaid's portrayal of Doc Holliday, if Tombstone didn't exist, we would all be talking about Dennis
I thought I
Quaid.
was here. What?
Was it as good as his portrayal of Han Solo?
But his portrayal of Doc Holliday is really good.
just-
Out of the Kevin Costner films, Wyatt Earp is probably my favorite of his. I'm not acting. I'm just stonewalling my way through this.
Waterworld.
What else is left?
Well, that's entertaining.
Kevin Costner can be okay to me.
Yeah.
And
The
very-
Postman was all right. I mean, it was all right, but it wasn't Waterworld.
I don't know if you guys like the second one of these as much as I do. This is actually a four-way because they're all like,
Oh.
realities fake kind of thing. But we have Dark City, The Matrix, The 13th Floor, and Existence.
The thing is, though, that for movie twins,
The big two is Dark City and The Matrix, I think, are the big two.
no, for movie twins, they really need to come out on the same year.
Yeah.
Dark City did not come out even remotely close to The Matrix.
They were within a year of each other. It's 98 and 99 were their official release dates, and I don't know when they were during
Sure?
the... Yes, 98. It's on here.
We're old.
And I remember when it came out, it being a big deal.
Yep, Wikipedia's right. I mean, that's the way it works.
But Dark City was 98, and 13th Floor, Matrix, and Existence were all 99.
What was the last one?
Existence? with the Z
It's
at
got
the
the
end?
weird poster, and it has like the girl
Yeah.
with
He
booties.
builds the bone gun. That's the one where he builds the bone gun, right?
I've never actually seen it. I've only seen commercials for it and trailers for it and posters for it. And going, it looked trippy.
I would probably say honestly,
Matrix was such a
The Matrix was
Obviously. I mean,
overall was a better film.
City
I
is
love
neat.
Dark City was
I
good.
love the director's cut of Dark City even more, but
I think when I first saw Dark City, I wasn't in the mood to see a movie like Dark City, so it didn't sit with me well, and it never has since. It's okay, it's neat, but it just has. It was never like I never found it clever.
It's not a Donnie Darko thing where
it's
where
terrible.
everybody seems to think that movie is the best thing in the world.
you Donnie Darko.
Ugh. Blech.
Fuck Donnie Darko.
Blech.
Mission to Mars or Red Planet?
That's
Ooh,
that's
a good one.
I mean, time wise, I prefer The Martian.
What about Rocket Man? He was going to Mars, right?
Red Planet or what's
Pluto
it called
Nash?
again?
No, Mission to Mars or Red Planet?
Red Planet's the Val Kilmer one, right?
I
Yeah.
think so, with the cool robot.
It also
It has a cool
Carrie-
robot and it also has algae.
Yeah,
I think.
it's got algae and a killer robot that hunts people. That's clever and unique. What happened to Mission to Mars?
They go to Mars, assumedly.
I can't. I'm gonna go with Red Planet because I can't remember anything about Mission. I've seen them both, but I can't remember Mission to Mars. So obviously, Red
can't
Planet.
either.
So Red Planet wins by default.
Yeah.
Wow, this is just a weird example of ripped from the headlines, but inexplicably decades later, but at the same time. 3 movies about the Zodiac Killer came out in 2007. What? We
Okay.
have Zodiac, The Zodiac, and Curse of the Zodiac all came out around the same time.
I think.
Oh, okay. The last
Was there
one.
maybe an anniversary or something like
I don't
that?
Let me check. Okay, there's 3 more. 3 more here that I think are legitimate we were talking about.
Okay.
Skyline and Battle Los Angeles.
Uh,
Skyline had more vaginas in the sky.
Skyline, I liked the movie up until the last 10 minutes of the film.
The last 30 seconds of the film.
I
Less
was
than
surprised how much I did like Skyline, and I was surprised how mediocre Battle for Los Angeles was. Battle for Los Angeles had too good of a trailer that really hyped up
Yeah.
the movie. That trailer was just too good, and the movie was too mediocre for the trailer.
And Skyline was kind of the reverse. The trailer
Yeah.
looked really meh, and then the movie, like, yeah, I enjoyed Skyline, and then the ending was like, what?
Yeah.
It's like I would like to make a director's cut and I just cut it off.
like Descent.
Just done. Yeah, the last 30 seconds or last 5 minutes of that movie is horrible. But
When I saw Existence come up in here, I thought it said Extends.
oh, so I should ban that
Enzyme.
person? Ban that person from the
Yeah, well,
'cause
because they're talking about penis
Yeah.
enlarging.
Despicable Me or Megamind?
Wow.
Is that a none of the above out of Brian here?
I'd rather have Mega Man. As soon as you said Minions, it was just like a reflex. Oh man, I can't get in. I hate those fucking things. I'm
You
sorry.
mean your favorite thing right now isn't quotes from Hot Topic posters overlaid on pictures of Minions on Facebook?
No, it's not. I mean,
What?
it really isn't. I mean, no.
I can't get enough
What's-
of those.
I'm sure there's a person at work who like their entire cubicle is nothing but fucking Minions, and I want to burn it
Wait,
down.
One
there's
of those-
fucking Minions?
It's fucking
One of those
Minions.
has a sequel, one of those doesn't, so obviously one of them is better than the other.
Well, the Minions are like what? Like there's 4 movies with them right now. They're like
No.
the new herpes.
No, there's only Despicable Me, Despicable Me 2, and Minions.
I do want to see Minions.
And everybody's
see Minions.
Facebook wall.
Yeah, and everybody's Facebook.
Yeah, I liked both of them.
But the weird thing about the Minions on the Facebook wall thing is people post stuff like, I sure love having my wife wear a dildo and fuck me in my butt for hours at a
Exactly.
time.
Yeah, and then
over
they stick a
picture of
minion on it.
Yeah, it's
It's
a little.
just fine that way because it's a minion.
The Minions have a little
That's
bit of
better with a
overuse.
minion.
Yeah, it is because
They-
they look like a dick.
I will say this about the movie Minions. I know it's not pertaining to this, though. The movie Minions, everybody's jokes about them are better than that movie. And if you've seen the trailer, you've seen all
All
the
the
funny,
good ones, yeah.
all the good stuff. Because the rest of they could have done so much more.
But the Minions were not that huge of a thing in the first Despicable Me.
No.
I mean,
they were
fun
they were
size.
ancillary,
So,
really.
so swallow your distaste of Minions in general, and
And
just
this-
look at the films. Despicable Me, which
Okay.
is Despicable Me has the more emotional thing with the adopted babies and blah blah blah, and Megamind, which is just wacky fun. and
Okay, Despicable
Well-
Me discounting in a world where Facebook minions exist.
Just in a
I would
vacuum.
go with Despicable Me.
Although Mega Man has some funny moments.
It does. It does. It
His
has.
entrance at the end when he comes out of like his own giant head and everything. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 more.
Okay.
Olympus Has Fallen or White House Down.
I prefer Olympus Has Fallen. No, what's the first one? Olympus Has Down. Olympus Has Fallen. Whatever the first one is. The one without Will Smith.
You mean Jamie Kennedy?
Yes.
Not Jamie Kennedy. Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx.
Whichever
God,
one.
that would have been a completely different movie. If it was
Jamie Kennedy is the action hero.
Oh man.
Oh my God!
I saw Tremors 5. He's in Tremors 5. It's a good movie. It's weird.
It's got Jamie Kennedy in it.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. I liked it. It was weird. But no, I
All
like
the Tremors is good films.
I prefer the first one of the two. The second one's more lighthearted, and I don't know. I just that's my thing.
I read an article that said White House Down is the best Die Hard film since Die Hard.
In some ways, that might be true.
Because they said it's really because it's you got the wacky black sidekick and you got him and the terrorist is an enclosed area and blah blah blah. They said White House Down is really if you replace the white guy with Bruce Willis and just called it Die Hard 7, it would have been
the best Die Hard movie since Die Hard with a Vengeance, because that's where you're talking about the wacky side character.
There's a wacky black side character in every Die Hard film.
Yeah, I mean, like Zeus was probably the Samuel L. Jackson Zeus was probably the best.
That's the most well known. I know
Winslow,
Carl.
baby.
Carl Winslow.
Carl
I don't know. I'm
is-
sorry. I just
With
can't
his
do
car
it.
parked at the bottom of the tower the whole time, he didn't really play a big part except for somebody falling on his car and then him flying off.
He shot a guy.
If
Yes.
And I love that nobody does anything until he shoots the guy. Like everybody knows what's happening.
Yeah.
God damn it! What was the Urkel fucking show?
It's
Family Matters. Family Matters. Like I could discount Carl Winslow from that, but as soon as he threw like the spoiler on a limo in Crocodile Dundee 2, total respect lost. Done.
that was the falling apart.
It wasn't
that was
spoiler.
the downfall.
That, my friend, was a car phone antenna.
Okay, I didn't know what it looked like a spoiler to me.
It did, but that's what car phone antennas looked like.
I just
So our
wasn't that
topic was
fancy.
pretty special. I don't know.
And the most recent one, there was a couple stretches there, like they had Equalizer versus John Wick. Those are nothing alike.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you know what it is? The chick. If you consider the underage whore to be the same as a dog,
Equalizer is also just I wouldn't put it in the same vein as John Wick because it's not a remake of a television series from the 80s.
John Wick is.
John Wick.
Didn't
is.
John Wick is not a remake of a television
I've seen
show
the
from the
18.
80s.
Exact same plot.
Didn't John Wick and like the Hitman come out around the same time?
No.
Like the first version of the
No.
Hitman?
No, not either Hitman is just a bad choice.
And I'm going to be the scapegoat again and be the other people were thinking it thing. So I watched The Equalizer, and he's got the prostitute that gets beat up and everything, and I think she is a very, very attractive woman.
Yes.
And then I Googled it, and it was Chloe Grace Moretz,
Yeah, she is-
who
she-
is still 17,
No, she's
goddamn. Well, she isn't anymore, but she was when they filmed that fucking movie.
Oh. But once she turned 18, all of her previous work is okay.
I'm going to go watch Let Me In again. She's got a nude scene in that.
And somebody did mention Kick-Ass and Hero, is it, with Dwight? Or Superhero?
That kind of came off.
Super.
That's
Yep.
that's actually a good movie.
The other
Super
one
is really good.
Hercules and the Legend of Hercules.
That is both of which are terrible and you shouldn't watch.
Nope. Hercules is much better than Legend of Hercules. Brian, you need to watch the other one for
I
context.
watched it on HBO. I'm like, yep, this is better.
One of them has
You
an
did not
invisible
watch
cow
it.
raping a
HBO.
woman, and one has somebody suplexing a horse.
Yeah. So, okay, wait. Which one do you say is better?
The one without the Rock.
Oh, fucking wrong. Just wrong.
That one,
You
that one
enjoy.
embraces what it is. The one with the Rock is like, we're going to be all about things and stuff. And,
He suplexes a horse.
yeah, not really.
What do you mean, not really? I'm sorry. Was it a power bomb? Did I get the move wrong?
No, he suplexed a horse.
Yeah, maybe.
A centaur.
I
Fucking
blocked it out.
centaurs.
I remember watching it going, man, this is boring. We just blocked it all out.
You watch it with Jim. That was the issue.
Yeah.
The Legend of Hercules is fucking
I
horrible.
burped.
Our movie Pain Train of that has been taken down because of fucking that one company. So on all of our,
Fair use.
all of our movie Pain Trains, I include like a trailer from the original film. All of them, not all of them, but some of them have gotten copyright strikes on YouTube for. I've disputed all of them. All of them said, "Yeah, that's fair use," and given us our access back to our videos, except for the Legend fucking Hercules, because I know that they made a shite movie and they want to make every single fucking dime that they can off of it.
You know what we can do? I will do a one-man recreation of the trailer for Legend of Hercules, and we can splice that in.
This is like
Can we? Yeah, let's film that trailer. Like, let's make it.
I get you a wig.
Yeah, no, I would do a one-man recreation of the Legend of Hercules trailer, and we can splice it in.
I think this sounds like a plan.
Let's do this. Yes.
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 Done.
All right.
After we finish a couple of those.
Well, yeah, not tonight. After this, I have to record something
God,
else.
that could be amazing too. We could also do drunken trailers.
Speaking of
That
which,
would be
New Season of
good.
Drunken History is on Hulu.
I don't get that show at all.
Because you don't drink.
But I mean, it's obviously it's like why do they I don't like staged for
But
whatever.
it's not staged.
It's I hate half fake reality. It's so weird. Like, I can watch if it's gonna be like a reality show that's like true on nonsense, like a competition show. I can watch, but I hate like fake half staged.
But it's not a reality show. It's straight up. It's a documentary. So you think of it like they have on the History Channel, where
Yeah.
they just have the professor going, and that's when General Lee decided.
Well, I get it,
and so it is straight that. And the only thing is that just the magic of it is that when they are just like rambling and saying drunken stuff, having the recreators do the same ramble with straight face is the hilarious part to me.
Well, see, that's the problem is I don't always believe they're drunk, and I believe they're embellishing it. So I just don't buy into that.
I looked into it because that was I was worried because I was kind of ruining it for me. What they do is they have them tell the whole story 3 times, getting drunker and drunker and drunker and drunker, and then basically for the cut-ins when they need something somewhat coherent to be educational, they go with the less drunk, and then for the splice-ins they go with when they're just falling off the chair, shitting themselves drunk, because that's funnier.
But the recreation stuff, where I mean that is
They're all
kind of
sober.
Yeah, but it's off the definitely. I just.
But to me, it's just worth it to see, like, when they have Lois and Clark, and Lois is like, whatever, bitch, with your... Like, that's just funny to have Lois say that to Sacagawea.
Yeah.
I'll never not laugh at that.
I don't find things funny
And that's
anymore.
fine. Like, I can get... You know, I've said before, there are times when I'll tell someone their opinion's wrong.
Yeah.
And there's times when I'll be like, yeah, okay, I can get that. And this is one of the times when I'm like, yeah, I can get not liking drunk
But what's
history.
weird, if it was them just being goofy and doing the exact same thing, I would probably enjoy that. If
And
it
I
was,
would enjoy that less.
Yeah.
If it was just them in the costumes going, whatever Sacagawea, I'd be like, well, you're just being
Well, I mean, if
stupid.
yeah,
Because then
well,
you're
that-
just watching a Family Guy then.
Yeah. Well, basically, I don't believe they're drunk. I don't believe how drunk they are. I believe it's. I mean, maybe they are drunk. I don't believe it though.
I've seen people, you know, I've seen podcast members that drunk in real life, so
Yeah.
I believe those people are that drunk. And so because I believe it, I'm in whole.
Hey, have you watched the Legion cast?
Yes, exactly.
That's my conspiracy. I believe it's a conspiracy. That's my conspiracy theory in the world. It's not real.
So you
drunks.
would like to
Yeah.
see? So you would probably like to see, like, if they release that on Blu-ray or such and that, the behind the scenes of just them drinking
drinking.
and then telling the
I
story.
want someone at all times giving them a blood alcohol test.
Well, they could actually do the drunk history, but then put a picture-in-picture of the person actually telling the story in the corner.
It was like I went to Costco recently and I saw they were selling like breathalyzers you could put on your keychain. I looked at it as a competition.
That's not what it's meant for.
That's fine.
I heard that they actually stopped selling those because people were taking them as a challenge and dying.
It's very much still there.
We should have one on the podcast.
Somebody on the Twitch stream wanted Conan versus Beastmaster.
Which I guess some of the Conans could have came out back in the day around Beastmaster. Beastmaster's amazing.
Yeah, I think Beastmaster came out after
has
Conan.
weasels.
I think it was at the same time
Or
as
ferret
the
weasels,
Destroyer.
whatever they
I
are.
think it was in between. They're called cat snakes. I think it was in between Conan and Conan the Destroyer.
Well, also like maybe I'm just like off base on this one, but Lady Hawk is kind of in that genre too, isn't it?
Lady Hawk was legit.
I know. I looked up Lady Hawk to find like some images from that movie, and I ended up finding Dragon Age 2.
I only prefer the Beastmaster where he travels through time. It's like modern age. That's
LA. Yes.
I've seen all the Beastmasters too many times. That's just a fact of life. Speaking of special announcements, everyone should support the Friday the 13th Kickstarter so they make that game. Fucking play it.
Is it a board game?
It's a video game.
Is it the one where one of you plays as Jason and you can like teleport
it's
around?
like the Left 4 Dead version of it.
Yeah.
Oh, Conan and Beastmaster both came out in '82.
I am surprised. I would have assumed that it was like Conan in '82 and then Beastmaster in like '84 as a blatant
Yep.
rip-off.
Yep, that's what I thought
I
so too.
think
Wow, same year.
Conan ripped off Beastmaster. You heard it
I don't
here
see any
first.
fucking ferrets with Conan.
Yeah, he has the.
Hey, Ben Lang's watching. Hi, Ben.
Hi,
fun.
Ben.
God, I can't believe they're the same year.
Or what's the movie where the horse dies in the
Never-ending
swamp?
Story.
Oh, yeah.
Hidalgo?
Yeah, I think that's just like Beastmaster and Never-ending Story. That's similar.
Wasn't the horse's... No. Yeah, it's Atreyu, isn't it? The horse's name?
No, the kid's name is Atreyu. The horse's name...
Falcor.
No,
that's the big
that's the
dragon.
Love Dragon.
Yeah.
The horse's name is like Gartax or something.
That movie was too rough for a child.
Yeah, plus those statues had nipples on them. It was it was confusing for young me.
It was very weird.
They shot lasers out of them.
It made no
I
sense.
don't think I've ever seen that movie.
The original Never-ending Story?
I don't think I
it's
have.
so good.
Well, it would lose something now.
No, I don't think
No,
so.
well, it
I
doesn't
think it's
lose
classic.
anything now because you wouldn't have the nostalgia factor.
Yeah, exactly.
Watch
I
the
think,
second
yeah,
one
that's it.
first.
I've already seen like Red Letters Media's version of the second one. Yeah, it's
Well, you watch that guy with the glasses all the time. Back
Yeah,
in day
the
as
second
well.
one and the
He
third
talked-
one.
I think he talked about the third one as well. Yeah.
We're talking about movies too. I did force my roommate to watch a couple classics yesterday. Smokey and the Bandit.
Smokey the Bandit 2. Smokey
Nope.
is the Bandit.
No, Smokey and the Bandit 2 is they transport a elephant, and Smokey and the Bandit 3 is the one where Snowman is the bandit.
I kind of like 2 more than 1, except for the beginning and middle. But
I love the end. The end there, the car crash scene in 2 is amazing.
Yeah,
So there's cars in it.
Yes.
Okay.
The
With an
78
elephant.
Trans Am.
they drive fast.
One of them's a bandit.
No, and it's also Sheriff Buford T. Justice and all of his cousins and everything from all different sheriff places all around. It's so amazing.
All right, then let me ask you this: Buford T. Justice. That's his name?
Buford T. Justice.
Buford T. Justice or Roscoe P. Coltrane.
Oh, Buford.
Buford.
You're going
Buford.
Buford over
Buford.
Roscoe?
Yep.
Buford's
See,
pretty amazing.
it's something I found out today. You haven't seen Smokey and the fucking Bandit.
But Roscoe P.
You
Coltrane.
haven't seen.
You have to see
Roscoe,
the
Roscoe has never said, "I will barbecue your ass in molasses."
Yep.
He has never said that.
God, Buford T. Justice
so
is just
good.
amazing.
You need to watch it.
He was
Jeff
almost
Jeff actually loved the film, and that movie does not stand the test of time because it has CB radios and
Well,
stuff.
those still exist.
Those still exist.
They still exist all the
Yeah,
time.
they still exist, but I mean, it doesn't really stand.
That movie is real life. That movie happens every day down in the south.
I really hope it does too.
I mean,
okay.
have you ever really wanted Coors as much to actually go and bootleg it from Texarkana?
So is this like the trucker version of Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle?
Basically,
Kind of,
They
yes.
just
They
really
make a
want
bet.
some Coors.
They make a bet with somebody to go and get some Coors and bring it back to Georgia in 28 hours.
Yeah.
The other movie I made Jeff watch yesterday, which is a crime that he didn't see it before this, was Falling Down.
It's a really good one.
Yeah.
That is probably my favorite
Joel Schumacher
film.
that movie is probably my future.
Every day it almost is my present.
Yeah, that movie is like a conversation away from happening
Every
in my life.
time my car is motionless on the belt line, a counter starts in my head, and if it gets to like 10 seconds, I'm recreating that movie. I know.
I'm so glad I don't live in Madison.
Yeah.
My work has a lockdown. We have security guards because they fired someone on one of our floors, and it was a concern. So they have security guards last week and this week. So it's pretty exciting in my building.
Nick?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
no,
really
they-
like this one. This one would be tough.
Legend and Never-Ending Story.
I think I would go with Legend on that one.
And I think 99% of people wouldn't, but I'm almost with you on that.
I really just think
because
it was
of Tim Curry.
It was so good. Like his bighorn demon is amazing, and like Tom Cruise is in that one, and the fairy, like the relationship between her and them, like it's so amazing.
Very sexual.
So good.
What? I never
So
caught
good.
that. What? It's really subtle.
I don't know how much I like Legend. I like it's like a nostalgia, like for like a screen capture or like a quote or like just a GIF.
I would watch just literally Tim Curry.
Yeah,
Like, if you cut out any nanosecond he wasn't on screen, I would watch that.
What they should do with him in his current state is just dress him up like Legend and just wheel him around.
You could just like have him slump into, like he'd fall over to the left.
The horns would knock him over. But I think we should devil him up some and just wheel him around. He's not going to say no. He can't do much about it.
Legend was just such a stylistically pleasing movie, even though I know the plot inside and out. Like, it looks so wonderful.
It's substance
He has to find and fuck a
substance.
unicorn and then convince it to help him fight the bad guy, right? I don't even understand it.
I don't remember him fucking the unicorn.
I thought that's what happened. That's how Scientology was
Are you
created.
thinking of I Am Legend?
Maybe. I think that's what he's thinking.
I get confused.
Tim Curry Satan is so awesome.
So do we want to work in our Crimson Peak experience?
Well, we can. That was spoiler. That was going to be my recommendation.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I saw Goosebumps.
Yeah, that's getting really good reviews.
I saw it with oddly enough, I very rarely see the Shades, but they messaged me and they asked if I want to go see a movie. I'm like, sure. And then we saw Goosebumps.
When?
Right, like
Last night?
11 o'clock today.
Oh, okay. Don't you work? Oh wait, today's Sunday.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
damn
Sunday.
it. Fucking retail.
It was
Yeah,
it's
retail.
it was adorable. It's for a PG movie. It was pretty cool. It's a random recommendation. Middle recommendation.
This is who I think of when I see Falling Down.
Yes.
What?
Yep.
Did you just like open up some kind of a paint program on your phone so that you could hand write a message?
Yep.
You know, you could have like texted one of us.
I could have, but it would have made noises.
Oh my goodness.
But that's who I think of when I watched it yesterday. That's who I was thinking of the entire time.
Yeah, Carnage says solo play is a stretch goal, by the way.
Well, because someone asked about because Friday the 13th, it's multiplayer only, but one of the stretch goals will be like a solo play campaign.
Well, you can play solo. Just play as Jason. Like, they won't be very difficult prey, but you can still stab them.
That game is good. That would be amazing.
Oh my goodness! So, best Joel Schumacher film: Falling Down or
Batman and Robin?
Lost Boys.
I'll always go with Lost Boys.
I kind of like Lost Boys more. Falling Down is good.
I haven't seen The Lost Boys in such a long time, but I just watched Falling Down, and I like that movie a lot more.
I don't believe the ending.
You don't believe a cop would shoot an unarmed guy? Spoiler. Well, he is white.
He's white. That's
He
the
is-
part.
Yeah, that is pretty disbelievable. If you recreate that and have Jamie Kennedy, famous black actor, then I'd believe the ending.
Yeah, we'll have Tracy Morgan play because he's all better now. He can redo the movie.
He is better.
Yeah, it's better. He was on Saturday Night Live last night. We had a very funny opening skit. That's all I've seen. They redid the Democratic thing. It's funny. And that's all, folks. We're done.
I've got one War Machine-y thing to talk about.
my God.
One
It's
little
all- it's
War Machine-y
7:52.
thing.
You said weenie.
You have
Yeah.
8 minutes before I go home.
I know, it's okay. I've been playing this, like, it was supposed to be a 2-day event in Janesville, because I've started to mingle with those people a little bit, but it turned into more like a league tournament where it's one night a week. But I've been having a lot of fun playing that, and it's made me think a lot about, like, when I play my pickup games, I only think about them for, maybe 2 minutes after I'm done. I really don't reflect on them a whole lot. But these league-style tournaments, they really make me think about my games over the week and obsess over them. So I think I'm learning quite a bit from playing against some newer folks in Janesville. Where
You
I'm
learned
trying-
you're really good at the game? Like, wow! I'm the best!
I learned that I don't know how to position my caster very well when I'm facing an assassination caster.
Yeah.
But basically, it was just if I would have charged an objective with Mulg instead of charging an objective with Borka, I would have been fine. But it didn't work out for me so well. But it's been really good about going into what's this now?
I love the anecdote in the thread. Somebody played Dead of Winter on Friday, and without telling anyone, he only dealt out trader cards.
Well, Dead of Winter, we should be playing that. We should play that soon.
You should play it all
I
next
own
week.
it. I want to play it.
Play it all next week. Get it out of your systems.
Oh, yeah, Brian's not here. Brian doesn't like it.
Well, that's
No.
fine.
That's what I mean. Play it all week. Go crazy. Have a marathon.
We're allowed to play things without Brian.
Yeah. We could live stream something like that.
Yeah, go crazy.
You can watch it from Atlanta and experience all the joy.
Yeah. I wish I would.
Your
that'd be-
coworkers won't
That
let you.
would be more fun than what I'm doing, to be honest.
Speaking of which, you were saying something literally nobody was listening to.
Well, no, I guess the
He
big
was-
thing was just like these league style tournaments where like you frame a league or a 4-week turn or 4-week league as like a tournament, it really like gets you to focus and learn more about games, and I think it could be helping like some of the newer folks quite a bit.
So you get to be in the losers bracket for a month.
Oh, basically, I mean, if that's how you want to frame it, sure. But
You know what helps new players? Timed fucking turns.
well, they were the Janesville folks jumped from like playing whimsical to death clocks, and some of the Janesville players were not super happy about that. But some of them were starting to really like pick up the gist of it really quick. But I think time turns is something that should happen a little bit more
I
often.
think there needs to be an intermediate. You need to go from a casual, which is cool,
Yeah.
to time turns to understand how long kind of a turn should take,
Right.
Yeah.
and then death clocks, you know when to manage that big turn when it's needed, but
yeah,
not
the big
always.
turn. Yeah.
If you make the jump to death clock and manage to do the sink or swim and like get so that you can play in death clock, that's fine. But if you're struggling with death clock, the easiest way to get better with it is the time turn.
Yeah.
I
time
think
turns.
people like Brian London, who death clocks himself every single game
Needs to play time
for
turn.
9 years straight.
Yeah.
He's on his 9th year of losing every game to death clock. Could learn a lot from time turn and go, oh, this is how long a turn. My first turn shouldn't be 18 minutes. Just moving my guys randomly forward. They have no sense of.
Well, and one of my problems, not so much a problem, but the thing that gets me to lose games is that when I play on Death Clock, I know that there are certain turns that should be short and certain turns that should be longer, and that ends up putting me in a place where like I activate quickly and pass it without realizing what I've actually left myself with. Like Mulga is 3 inches away from blocking a lane to my caster from Striker 2, who decided to take 4 9s on his way in to get Borka, and then on top of that a tough check. Like that was just rough. But then I also realized that the reason why the person risked 4 9s and a tough check for losing the game was because if he didn't, I was already at 3 control points at the top of 3.
Yeah.
So I was just going to win the game anyways. So he just really put all of it into it. And I played against a Jim,
Which is good for them if they realize that, because some players don't even see that.
yeah,
so.
they don't see that vector happening, or they don't like calculate that out. But like, and also when you're in casters engaged with a gargantuan, you're almost like, I don't want to leave combat with that because if it punches me, it's melt. Like Striker 2 was at 3 life, like he was fucked if he got hit by Mulga, the Mountain King. But then I played against one of our listeners, Jim Goff, I think his last name, but he's a Janesville player, and he really got to learn like how to function a retribution army against things that aren't so commonplace for him. Like against a Horde's army, you do not run your Mage Hunter assassins up the side of the table until you wrap behind them, because transfers are a thing and they just don't give a shit about it.
Right.
It's like, oh, 2 Mage Hunter assassins, I'll keep 2 transfers, they don't matter to me. So like it was really interesting to try and like I think he's reflecting on it a little bit more and understanding like against these certain situations I can do these certain things. Yeah. So I think league tournaments are actually something that a lot of people are like off-putting towards, but I think if you tried it once, like you'd really understand, like it would really push up your learning curve a lot.
Well, anything to get people. I mean, if people want to stay casual, that's cool. But I mean, even like a league thing like that, there's something to be said with playing a little bit more competitively. Just it opens up vectors and open up options in your brain.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to a Saturday event and dedicate. You know, that's why they're still doing it on their free night a week. That they don't have to like free up a weekend that maybe they work or maybe their wife doesn't want them to leave the house because they have no balls or whatever reason. They can do this on their normal game night, and they are able to still experience a little bit more intensity.
Exactly.
And they'll see maybe they like it, maybe they don't.
Yeah.
I am going through my head right now of trying to refilm the trailer for Legend of Hercules with Nathan playing the
When I was talking
main
about
part.
when I was talking about Mage Hunter assassins, he gave me this weird look, and I'm like,
I know. Thing is, though, Mage Hunter assassins have decap on them, so you can't transfer damage.
oh really? Well, fancy that.
I'm just double checking that.
What did you
That's
say?
I thought that grievous wounds you can't transfer,
you
but
can-
a
you can-
decap
you can
is
craft-
as you
you can
exceed
transfer
armor,
decap.
you double
You can
damage.
transfer those.
Decap gets around tough.
Yeah, but not
oh,
transferring.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
grievous
Yeah.
wounds gets around transferring.
Decap has takedown build.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
I
not,
also got to teach somebody that Creel Warriors with a fell collar can get up to Mat 9, which is scary.
Man, 11 troops.
Yeah, they can get higher than 9.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just with a fell collar, like
Yeah.
them and a fell collar get up to 9.
That's true.
Matt 11's pretty easy for trolls.
Yeah.
Bone Grinders are Mat 9,
I have learned that I still don't see any value in the Hydra after putting it on the table, but I'm gonna put them on the caster.
The
What
Hydra.
about here's something have you thought about? Because I know you champion this other thing. The Rhinodon,
Yeah.
his Animus works on the 10-inch spray because it's a star attack.
Isn't that a muck, yeah?
Yeah. That is true.
You can amok that spray and have all boosted to hits on that.
I can also on the Xerxes. I mean, I'm going to play my Xerxes 2 next, so on the feet I have all sorts of boosted spray. I mean, it's strapped the lowest.
Well,
but
signs
of
importance.
importance.
Yeah.
I mean, the start, it's still one attack. I found that, so I played against an infantry swarm with them, and I'm like, okay, infantry swarm, that's kind of his thing. But of course, when you have a 5-inch model that's moved forward, a jam is still annoying to put him in the right position, and he had tough troops, which a tough jam, models with tough jamming forward is a thing many lists do.
Yeah.
So it's not uncommon. And a couple models didn't die, so I couldn't even put the Hydra in a good spot. He still moved forward to get some things, and even the half forward was still enough to guarantee his death the next turn. So I might have killed 7 models and then 7 infantry that died.
I played Mercs when Colossals first started coming out, and man, 4+ tough pirates just dry humping a Colossal not in a zone just won me so many games.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, all right, I've got these 2 guys base to base with you, and I've got 2 more guys 5 inches behind them so you can't trample over them.
Yeah. Well,
Enjoy not mattering.
The Hydra to me is really turning into a melee beast that can do the 10-inch spray.
Yeah.
That has an animus that if it was farther up the board would be pretty amazing, but if it's in a spot where the animus is helpful, it's being charged and killed.
Exactly.
There's not really there probably is in some games a spot where he can be, where his animus has some impact and he's not dying too easily, but that's a pretty small sweet spot for a pretty huge model that has a lot of things in the game that can make it pretty easy not to be able to fit there. Mm-hmm. I mean, now sure you can put it on a shaman and the shaman can cast the animus and charge forward. You can kind of
Caster can do it and run forward.
Well, yeah, exactly. The shaman's
Mortal
problem.
1 with a Rhinodon and a Hydra.
Yeah, just put like 8 animuses on him because that's legal. And then get him up there. Just have him. And then
Morgul just needs he also needs the no knockdown animus from the Brood.
And I'm pretty sure wherever you find the sweet spot will be against a purification caster. Like, ha! Don't use your abilities and I got you.
Bring Madeline Corbeau for the +1 command.
Yeah,
too.
I brought it. I just bring them out to use. I put out I've been playing a bunch of the bugs for scoring the shoot.
Yeah,
and I threw down some of the melee ones.
Wednesday, I'm going to bring Moorclaw and a Vanguard for one of my pig lists.
That's always good.
I got to bring out some.
It's usually not good.
I think it's fine.
I'll play in my hotel room against my
Gaston and a Vanguard's probably better, but you can't take that.
Raluca's pretty cool though.
Yeah, but I'm him and a Vanguard.
Mm-hmm. Well, I when Rollick came out, I was like, oh, Rollick with a mule and trolls, that'll be interesting. But I never really tried it.
It's expensive to bring in a jack, especially in trolls, because you want those heavy point sinks.
Well, I brought in like
beasts.
the Dash is a cool mini warlock, lesser warlock for Scorn, and I played him. Even I gave him a couple brutes. He's a kind of cool little module going up the field, but that's like it just sucks so many points from the actual army. I'm trying to find some casters I think that don't have a caster that does everything it does with his battle group. You can't shove ZS in there because then you're just pulling beasts out of that battle group. I'm trying to find like the home where he'll fit in.
Moorclaw almost has a really good synergy in pigs, and then they screwed it up.
Well, I mean that's
because there's an animus, and since it's an animus, they just assumed you would always use it in hordes.
Yeah.
So it needlessly mentions fury. Because massacre is target model may charge without being forced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was without being forced or spending focus, you could put it on his jacks.
Which could be cool.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. I think that's kind of the problem with all of like the lesser warlocks or warcasters. Warcasters maybe not so much, but the warlocks for sure. Like I have a really hard time bringing the troll one, Horgel. I really have a hard time bringing Horgel. Like I'll bring like either slags or pyres with him. He makes them cheaper, which is really nice, but. It's hard to fit him into a list where like I really feel like I need that fury freed up from my caster to cast to be able to pull in from other things because it is a big point sink.
Yeah, that's the problem with hordes though is you're powering your warlock with that fury and war machine. Just having them on the field is just extra.
Well, it's splitting your focus because warcasters casting spells is a lot more important than what a warlock does with fury most of the time. Like I think a Grim won a lot, and I'm like, what do I do with this fury? I just like boost a shot, boost damage, and then like maybe cast cost country. I don't really do a lot with warlocks, whereas like Andrei Malikov is like a godsend at Khador because he takes so much weight off of other casters, and he has a buff that they already have for the most part. So it's really interesting the way they built those and what they do.
Midas has no friendly upkeeps, So the first 2 turns of most games, I literally just have him drop 3 or 4 Fury for dog
Yeah,
effect.
it's weird when you drop your Fury. Like
Really
I did that
weird.
for the
'Cause until
first
he gets
time
near
recently.
to the enemy, just like
You need an agonizer. Just put it on the agonizer.
yeah. Thank you. Yes. Yes.
There you go. It's like from Zadesh. Like Zadesh does work like Morgul 1 because Morgul, like any caster that like Makeda, any caster that doesn't really do much for the army, I think is Zadesh and like a little squad of just you guys go hold that zone for the game because it takes forever to kill.
Torts
Yeah,
and
when-
shooty bugs.
Yeah, shooting bugs are like, expensive as a problem. Like you take 2 shooting bugs, that's 16 points on a guy. I mean, 2 roots is bad
And what
enough.
does he cost? 3?
He's 3.
And he
That's
could die to an
19 points.
AoE.
Yeah.
He could.
He could. It's kind of hard because he has the drift can get him.
transfers.
He has transfers and he has if it's brutes he has 2 shield guards and he has the one effect where he can even shrug off a magic attack to one of the to a model in 2 inches, which is cool.
Well, that's why like Malakov was so decent because of Sucker. Like that actually goes a little bit of ways with him.
Yeah.
Being able to protect yourself as a lesser is really nice, and like things like Alara, where it's like if you do clip her and she's like not very focus heavy, she's gonna die, and then you're gonna lose whatever gets
I think
her,
even
what
if she's
got on.
sitting, even if she's sitting on all her focus, she could die to an AoE blast.
Yeah, one
She's-
lone Creel warrior took
Yeah.
her out and made Imperatus inert. That was rough.
I cannot make a Zal 2 list that does not make it past like the delete. I mean, I can make a list and then it gets deleted. I'm like, nope, that didn't work in my brain. I mean, obviously you can only theory craft something, but there has to be like a basic check. Like, okay, this is tempting to play. I can't get past the nope stage. I think I'm gonna have to just make a list, skip the nope stage, and just put it on the table and just like get past all the normal filters that say no.
I do like the suggestion here about Zadesh taking the Raider, and then Morgul 2 or Morgul 1 can take the bugs, so you kind of have like a snipe whore package. Like that's kind of decent too, because that's basically what you take him for. You don't take the Raider for his gun, you take him for snipe.
Yeah.
And when you can cast 2 of them a turn, that's actually really nice.
What is wrong, Andy?
No, it's
Are you still thinking about the trailer?
that too. No, it's just my muscle reflex when I go down because I'm switching off to look at screens, and it's a muscle reflex to go and hit BattleNet.
Oh.
So if you guys notice anything happening to the stream there for a couple seconds
You
there,
opened
And you're
it's
the one-
because I opened fucking BattleNet.
And you're the one who sat there and threw up that Destiny recovery video.
Which is funny because I'm the console gamer who can't stop playing Blizzard games.
I had a
I
similar
love the
thing where
I love
was-
the Destiny thing. It was
I
great.
fucked Destiny. I fucked the game. I
right.
fucked the game.
I was trying to bring up a tab to Google something the other day, and I just instinctively did Control Shift N. I'm like, why am I Googling it? Oh, right.
I like the fact that I'm like, why would I don't hide anybody. I always figure you probably don't people in your house to see what you look at. You probably are still ashamed of your searches to your
They're probably watching with him. That's he's married.
I just figure you're home. I mean, I figure they all
Well, it's not for porn. It's from when I Google how to fake your death, how to get away with murdering your wife for the insurance money, stuff like that.
Rayleen's already been looking at that alone for a while. You're already.
I don't need her to know that it's a race. She thinks that I don't know that this is going down.
It's a race.
It's a race.
All right.
That's a great movie as well. Oh my god.
I prefer the sequel.
What? There's no sequel to Rat Race.
They just call it a Mad, 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 Mad World.
Yeah, Mad Max is the sequel.
It's a Mad, Mad, Mad,
The
Max
Mad,
World.
Mad Max Fury Road is a sequel to Rat Race.
Zappity.
Grumble.
Grumble.
All right,
Do we
so-
have any of
I mean,
those?
We do have a couple.
All right, let's get that done.
This is going to be pretty quick. Where can I find tournament format info? I want to host a tournament that includes something besides SR.
Well, Prepare Your Press has your SR information.
You should probably let us know what tournament format info you're looking for, and then we can point you in the right
Well-
direction.
Yeah.
Steamroller and Iron Gauntlet and Masters.
Are all on their website.
Is that
That's
all
it.
that's all that exists, right? Okay, sorry.
Spell Draft is, I guess,
Yes, thank
one.
you. Spell Draft. That's another one. Steamroller, Iron Gauntlet, Masters, and Spell Draft and Hardcore
Yeah.
are all on
Official.
Privateer Press's website. Who's the Boss is on Crippled Systems website.
There's various team formats, too.
Yeah, I don't know where to find them though.
Not yet. Well, maybe... Well,
Does
the
the
WTC...
WCC site explain how it's done?
I think they might. They have to, you would think.
Yeah, there's-
They got to tell you how to play it unless it's that
Do they?
exclusive
Fuck
of a
you.
club.
Yeah, I mean, all the cool kids already know how to play.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we
Well,
don't watch it.
the Twin Tower tournament, that's a different format too.
Yeah, other than that, it seems like
blow
most of the
buildings?
fruit, like the like fringe
Get it?
tournament things. If you're going from a 40K world where you used to constructing all of your events, there really isn't there isn't like a solid set of information for like making your frou-frou events in War Machine.
You deviate from your standard events, I always say it's good to run standard events more often than anything. Then based on your community, you'll know which offshoot ones they like. Some groups are like different things. Some groups want to play your standard. If we do like an offshoot event in Madison, I can tell you the same 10 people who won't go. They have no interest in anything other than Steamroller. They just don't care about achievements or whatever. They want to play in a tournament. They don't want to play in Goofy Boo.
And even if you're doing Goofy Boo, there's nothing wrong with using the Steamroller packet and just adding your stuff.
And maybe
last year I did 2 or 3 Goofy events, and they were all Steamroller with a twist, So there's nothing wrong with starting with Steamroller and just adding something. And even Who's the Boss is Steamroller with a twist.
Yeah.
Again, it's hard. It's just one small change from Steamroller.
The key is to make sure you advertise your tournament as a whatever event, so people don't go, I went to the tournament up here and it turned out to be a what the what. And I was like, I wanted to play Steamroller. And
hypothetically, I drove to a different state, and all the events were the rounds were based on league scenarios instead of Steamroller scenarios.
Hypothetically, that was hilarious.
Allegedly, that was fun.
I don't think anyone's alleged that it was fun.
There was never.
No, that was no. Okay, Grumble. Why is Nathan Hoffman ducking me in both Lords of Waterdeep and Star Realms?
He's done with those games.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody stopped playing them.
So, as kind of an interesting thing about Lords of Waterdeep, when I went down to the tournament down in Chicago last Saturday, I had a $50 gift certificate that I won previously. And I was sitting there thinking, I was looking at their store, and they have a ton of awesome shit at the Dice Dojo. And I'm like, looking at the store, I'm like, I have no idea what to buy. And I kept on looking at Lords of Waterdeep, and I'm like, I should buy Lords of Waterdeep for myself so I have it in my own collection. And then I'm sitting there thinking, nobody's ever going to play this with me because they all played the online version and are probably sick of it by now.
Fancy enough, I've not played Lords of Waterdeep once, and I really want to.
It's really good.
It's okay.
Yeah, never once.
You have to play it with the expansions.
Yeah, that's what I have heard, that the expansions are almost obligatory.
You should buy Dark Moon. I wanted to buy Dark Moon, but I don't want
to
pay
buy
for
Dark
it.
Somebody should have fucking told me about that before I went down. I would have picked it up.
He talked about it the last 3 weeks.
No,
he talks about it almost as much as he talks about 13 Ghosts.
It's true. Dark Moon's actually based on 13 Ghosts.
Yeah,
it is.
It's the second most talked about topic on this podcast in this year.
Because the movie happened at night, so it ties together, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tony Shalhoub is awesome.
There's a chat room one. What's your favorite way to eat potatoes?
Cooked.
I think I'm a
mashed.
I like hash browns a lot.
Mashed with some clumps in it still. Man, I love actual potato clumps in my mashed potatoes.
Mashed, we got French fries, we got hash browns, we got scallop potatoes, we got baked potatoes.
Potato chips.
There is, it's a 9-way tie.
Potatoes O'Brien.
But there's more than that, more than 9 ways. But I mean,
potatoes, I think.
Twice baked potatoes, once baked potatoes, the fucking hash browns, scallop potatoes.
Yeah. Microwave.
If you
I already know Brian's answer.
No, because
what?
certain
raw,
days
shredded with an egg on it.
Yeah,
mixed with crackers.
Eggs, cracker, and potato. That's the way to do it.
Oh God, really?
I should make some for my trip.
You can pre-make raw crackers and eggs and just put them in a sack and just eat it during the trip.
I want to bring it out on the plane. What do you have? Who wants some eggs?
No, just take some raw eggs with you, and then they have them for crackers.
And you just start mixing them in people on the plane be throwing up. So during they're premiering a new Star Wars trailer on Monday, which is kind of cool. And I'm afraid I'll be in the plane because I want you to watch it immediately. Because if you don't watch it immediately, it loses its value.
Yeah.
So I feel like land this plane immediately, but then I'll be like probably I'll call it.
Well, you can pretend you're pregnant. I've seen medical claims that come through where that's happened.
Take out a gun and just be like, land this plane at the nearest theater.
Yeah.
This plane going to Moscow.
Ask me to do a flyby of a drive-in.
Well, it'll be online. I just can't get a signal up there. Just lower it down, hover over.
Just download the internet before you go.
Can't you pay them like $50 a nanosecond for Wi-Fi?
It is about $50 a nanosecond for Wi-Fi.
Zappity
Grumble.
Any horror movies you would recommend for Halloween? Playing Guild Ball yet? If yes, what guild? If no, why not?
Okay, those aren't related.
None of us play Guild Ball, so that one's easy.
Not us yet because it's
no intent to.
I don't know if. Well, I mean, I'd be interested in it
try
if
that
there
War
was
Machine weekend.
Yeah, but
It's
right
War
now.
Machine Weekend, not Guild Ball Weekend.
Well, I'd
Says
try
Mr.
it.
Board Games.
Hey, we have a board game room. They don't have a Guild Ball room.
I would
know.
I would be interested in Guild Ball, but at the same,
I'm
I'd
not into
go-
peer pressure.
I'd
There
go
are
with the
700 miniatures games that I know that I could find 6 Madisonians that would buy a faction, play it 4 times, and then never touch again.
Well, that's
Yeah.
like some people sit there and they're like, "Oh, I have all this Drop Zone Commander and Infinity stuff, but I've never played." And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess like I went from playing 4 or 5 miniature games to just War Machine only, and I really don't want to branch out of that." But Guild Ball makes me like they have brewers, and if you put beer on anything, I'll probably go for it. But like a little,
On my dick.
okay, sure, I'll hit that. A little bit of interest, not much though.
For horror movies, you should rent or watch or go see Housebound, which is on Netflix, or The Final Girls is pretty good. Are the newer things.
I'm gonna go obscure because it's one of the horror movies I've seen. Was it Murder Meat Train?
Midnight Meat Train.
Midnight Meat Train.
Midnight Meat Train's good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just trying to stay current.
In case,
Like,
yeah.
That's not that old.
That's not. In case you're a horrible shut-in like Jeremy Shea and you haven't seen The Thing, see The Thing.
That is a good one.
He was talking about maybe seeing some movies on Halloween. Maybe we'll make him watch.
Yeah, we should do like a Halloween thing, like film
Big Trouble in
festival.
China and the Thing.
The Thing, yeah, just
Big Trouble in the Thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like a porno.
That's a good trend. Yeah.
So
I
there's
like,
something
when you said that there was a double feature that you did with The Shining, I would go with The Shining. Like it's classic, it's good,
Yeah.
it's worth it.
I prefer the TV version with the mallet. It's more accurate to the books.
It is it is vastly more accurate, and the other thing that the TV one has going for it is that Jack Nicholson, the first second he steps on screen, I almost said nanosecond for the 4th time this podcast. The first instant that Jack Nicholson steps on screen, you're like, that guy's fucking crazy.
Yep, exactly.
You know, so you don't. But Steven Weber, you're like, oh, it's the guy from Wings. He's so nice, and so it's a bigger
see,
juxtaposition.
It's
when he's
pretty
an axe
bloody
murderer.
for a made-for-TV movie.
Yeah.
That was back when every week the ABC had to make a Stephen King movie per week or he'd murder them.
Yes.
He was in the contract.
That's actually
Unfortunately-
the plot of their next Stephen King movie is that exact situation.
He's hunting them down the house.
Or the other horror movie is another one I've seen is Valentine's Day. Which one?
My
Bloody
Bloody
Valentine.
My Bloody
Valentine
Valentine,
in
yeah.
3D.
Yep, in 3D.
Tort throws a good one out there.
You need to see the 2 movies you need to see in 3D for horrors is Piranha 3D.
We're all laughing at something that Tort wrote. You're
Oh, my
welcome,
God.
listeners, on the podcast later this week.
Don't
Yeah.
encourage Tort.
Yeah.
Tort's been on a pretty good fire. I'm telling you, that's why you have to watch this live, is just to see what Tort's is.
Yeah,
This has been
he's our
Tort's been
smoking
on
gun.
fire this week.
Cabin in the Woods and It Follows.
It Follows another good one this year. It's on
Yeah.
video.
Yeah.
See, you mentioned. I'm gonna jump ahead because you're gonna recommend. You already mentioned you're gonna recommend the one movie with the falls. It river.
We're going to talk about that in a
The
second.
thing, though, it deals with horror. The movie you're gonna recommend, Crimson Peak. You said it's not scary at all, but
Correct.
it's still a good horror movie.
I think it's a good movie.
Okay.
I don't think it's a horror movie.
No,
Okay.
it's not. A horror movie.
That's the hair I'm splitting. Is that if I was, I mean, I guess because there's yay categories you can have. I guess it just kind of has to be in horror film, but it isn't really. It's a fairy tale.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. But horror movies, people always, because people say, well, that horror movie wasn't scary. Well, was it suspenseful? Like, It Follows isn't really scary, but it's very tension building.
Yes.
So there's like different levels of things at sometimes.
Yeah, and
I would
won't
appreciate-
put- go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say I would appreciate that type of horror movie there. It's kind of like Paranormal Activity really has just a lot of jump scares in it, but it still
Yeah,
has a
it's a
lot
build-up.
of good tension in that.
Yeah, because every night things are going to get slightly worse. So it gets, because every time it's like night, you're like, oh crap, here comes the shit again. I got to prepare myself
Yeah.
mentally
Yeah.
for whatever's going to happen this night.
Paranormal activity paranormal activity is more like the hand job where you're waiting for someone to smack you in the balls, and it's like just when you get right there at the tip, and then you're just like, yep, here comes a ball smack. It doesn't happen, and then you're like, you calm down a little bit, and then they do it right when you don't expect it, and that's
Yeah.
kind of what I was expecting out of Crimson Peak a little bit, the way it was presented to me.
No.
Completely not what happened.
No, it's you maybe get to second base making out. Is
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
And that's if it's your sister.
Hey. I don't have a sister. Well, did you see Pan's Labyrinth? Andy?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. Because Guillermo del Toro doesn't really make scary movies.
He doesn't make surprising ones either. Everything kind of seems like it's laid out for you, and it's just you get to watch it unfold the way that he wants it to happen.
Which is fine, because again, to keep with the fairy tale thing, and I think he would agree that he makes fairy tales.
Yeah, I'd say that too.
You know, there's nothing. I said this on my Facebook and stuff, so this kind of repeat for some of you, but there's nothing. There's no twist or surprise or interesting plot developments in Hansel and Gretel or Cinderella or any of the classic Grimm's fairy tales. You know, it's very cookie cutter. Here's a kid, here's a witch, and this happens, and badness, and some people die, and then the end, and that's it. But the story's still, that's not a flaw to them. It's not like they're bad because there aren't twists. They just aren't designed to have twists.
Correct.
Yeah, and Crimson Peak, nothing surprising, no twists, nobody, no character surprises. Like, oh, those people are evil, and that person's the love interest, and that person, oh, I was right.
Exactly.
You know, I bet the evil is this. Yup, I was right. I bet this character's going to do this. Yup, I was right. So it's never surprising. It's never scary, and it was really fucking good.
The one thing that I wasn't right about was a level of gore that might have happened, or like viscera that happened.
Guillermo del Toro.
Well, it was. I expected it a lot in the last scene that I won't ruin for people.
Don't ruin it.
Yeah. I was expecting a thing, and then
There might have been a step backwards. Yeah.
Yes. I was surprised there wasn't a step. But instead of the step backwards, we got a very satisfying thud.
Exactly. Whack-a-mole season.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
It's soft.
I'll spoil Goosebumps for you. There's a threat.
Oh no! Don't spoil Goosebumps.
That's all I had.
Why?
Yeah. Orphanage is the same way. Orphanage. I have equated Orphanage as the tantric dry hump, where you're just desperate to come. And
Is
they won't
Orphanage
let
the
you
one
come.
where the people are stealing the kids? Actually, I can't watch what that. It's that weird, weird.
No, no.
I can't think of that movie is where it's actually.
Like the orphanage is maybe haunted because the lady and her husband and their son like move in there, and then like she keeps seeing a weird kid, and then like her son disappears and everything, and then it turns out whatever. It's the Spanish one. It's in Spanish.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm thinking of a different movie where there was it was actually people were just stealing kids and giving them to other people. They didn't feel these parents were good, so they were giving someone else.
The Tall Man.
The Tall Man. That's what it was.
Yeah, that was the Tall Man. Which was really cool because the main hero turned out to be the villain halfway through the movie.
The Tall Man is what Rafi calls what's his name in the league.
No, the Tall Man is the villain from the Phantasm films.
Yeah, it is Tall Man. He is the villain there. He likes his balls.
Yeah, he likes little boys, and he throws his balls at the little boys.
I've never seen the Phantasm films either.
Well,
They age well. They made one in the not that far distance with the same old guy who was 190 when they made the first one. He's still alive, or he's just really well preserved. One of the two.
There's such weird shit in Phantasm. Like the Tall Man's sidekicks are little munchkins. They look like the 3 foot.
They're hobbits.
Yeah, except the reason that they're small is because his evil dimension has higher gravity, so the kids he kidnaps all just get squeezed down to munchkin size, and then he just uses them as villains.
Yeah, if you were to read the plot, if you were to read the plot of those movies, you'd be like, "What? What?"
But then the flying balls drill into people's
They
heads and
make
blood
it
sprays
makes
out.
more sense than Prometheus
Yeah.
because there's actually logic to it.
Nobody runs away from the balls in the direct. I keep saying balls, and it keeps making me tickle. I'm 12 years old.
Yes, you are. Balls.
Balls.
Zappity.
Grumble.
What was that question anyway?
I don't know. It was about Crimson Peak. How scary is Crimson Peak?
Those
in the
horror movies
balls.
you'd recommend, and then Guild Ball, which we'd be
Balls.
interested maybe. Ball.
I have found that I am in no way interested into a miniature game that has 10 or less models per side. I cannot get enthralled by it on any level.
Well,
A
yeah,
board
because you're-
game, yes, I can because there's a small grid and it works.
Yeah.
But a miniature game,
A miniature
no.
game. Well, the thing is with 10 models, if you get screwed out of your key pieces,
Yeah.
it really affects your game and it
It's not
can
even,
turn
I
you
just
off
can't
to
get
that.
sucked into it because it's just not. I mean, but again, for whatever reason, if it's a 2 foot by 2 foot board game, there's more set rules for it. But if you get a 3 foot miniature style game, I lose.
If it has inch-wide hexagons, you're okay, but if they move in inches, you're not.
Yeah, but if it has more than 10 miles, then it can't have. Then it has to lose the squares. It's a very weird. Unless it's Battler, but then they're really tiny, so it's
For
okay.
me, it's just a hard thing Balls.
Balls and
For
hard.
me, it's just I can't play two miniatures games. Like
Yeah.
if we all just stop playing War Machine for some reason simultaneously, I have 50 miniature games that I would be perfectly happy to play instead, but I just can't play two at a time. I don't have enough days of the week. I already am stretched too thin with board games and shit like that.
Well, and War Machine's
And,
already framed as like in weird quotes the perfect war game where the rules are very very clearly defined and there's not a whole lot of fluidity in there, and it's a tried and true format other than like maybe the broken things you come up with here and there.
But that's not a, yeah, I mean, that's, even those in the realm of war games, of miniatures games, it's pretty damn well balanced.
It is.
If War Machine was canceled tomorrow, I would probably want to maybe fill it with something.
Yeah.
Kings of War.
King
That would be
so,
my first.
yeah. And if I was to play Guild Ball, I just play Dread Ball. But that's just
But Dreadball's a board game again, and the whole
which
thing
is
with
why
Guild
I
Ball-
like it. It's right among. And I've heard
Dreadball.
because I've heard good things about it. But again, it goes to the board game versus,
Actually, before Dreadball, I'd want to try what we were talking about, where we do Blood Bowl without turnovers.
which I think is fast. Well, no, with turnover is
Turnovers,
just
but only if the like not for everything. Like turnovers, it was like if the ball is actually lost by your ball
Correct.
carrier. So
But
if you just fail on a block, you aren't fucked.
yeah, we did a lot.
Well,
Or if a random guy running around trips, you aren't fucked.
I've always wanted to do a Blood Bowl league where we all play the same race.
That would be terrible, depending on the. I would only do that if it was like hobbits.
It was like all human league.
No,
I think it would be-
halflings. All halflings.
Okay.
That would be the worst.
But I would be willing to try a Blood Bowl game with that caveat. The community would hate it because it's not the same core thing, so it'd be impossible to ever catch on. But I'm curious how games would play with that rule.
Yeah.
All right. Zappity.
Grumble.
Is Brian going to announce our super secret contest today?
No.
Zappity.
Text me details
Yeah.
/ remind me.
The project.
Oh,
don't know
the
if that's the
project.
project.
Oh, yes, that. I remember now. We're having a contest that is going to deal. I think he pooped himself.
I think he did too. Garden.
No. Do not put Catbug in his shitstorm.
We're gonna have a contest very soon. It's gonna be basically about how much you know about Nathan. His brother has provided me way too much information about Nathan. And
Did he
it's,
mention the Hoffman curse, by the way?
it's actually going to be a true-false question. It's
Okay.
it's a bunch of true-false tests. He made originally the winner, the person with the best score was going to get a prize, but he made a web thing, so I don't know if people are going to submit their answers. But we're going to have something going on where it's basically how well do you know Nathan? And it's currently at 15 questions because making the quiz more than 15 would have cost money with the app.
Oh,
So we'll see.
an
But
app?
Well, it was a quiz. It was an online thing created through this thing. So we having a contest soon about how well you know Nathan. That's what's coming.
I'm gonna fail.
I got an 87%.
Wow.
And the ones I got wrong, I'm like, I think that's wrong, but I'm going to go with the other answer. So my gut was right. I was 100. My gut was 100%, but I didn't go with my gut 100% of the time. That's just my.
I've been cat pugged.
All right.
Grumble. Can you guys film? Can you film you guys watching the penultimate episode of this season's Rick and Morty and taking a drink every time a form of the word purge is said?
Oh my god, I think it's like 50 times or something, dude.
Yeah.
I can do that.
It's like John Wick shooting the head level.
If we're gonna take like a sip of a drink, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I could kill 50 beers in a
I
half
can't
hour
do.
period,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think I can get 50.
Just give me a
We could
Granny
probably
Biles.
take a sip of like a whiskey or something like that.
Yeah.
Probably do that. 50 sips of whiskey isn't gonna be that bad.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna be
Figure out
bad.
what isn't fatal, divide it by 50, and that's what we do.
The only issue I have with drinking games in general is that like I'll get bored before there's a drink to be taken. So
And you
I'll
just take a drink?
and it's
Yeah.
just like, well, I'm just gonna drink anyways. We're just playing a game. Keep fondling Catbug. He's so soft.
He is.
Zappity?
I keep parting his fur, so.
Yeah, just to make sure that line's still there.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like a dick with two big balls right here.
Someone mentioned the Showtime's Masters of Horror on our Twitch stream for horror stuff. Searchlight had like the Masters of Horror, but I think Cinemax had the thing that was like Masters of Horror, but it was like the porn edition.
Yeah.
it was basically
Masters
like
of Whores.
it was very similar. It had like
It had a robot lady.
it had like Adam or some McDowell. What I can't think of the guy's name.
McDermott.
Malcolm McDowell. Yeah, he was like the series host of it. But so it was all exciting, but it was mostly just porn. But it was like themed to like a horror.
Who's that
style.
one with the robot chick?
iRobot?
No, there was a series that had a robot chick at the beginning.
Was
it
it
was like
porn
Creep
related?
Show, but it wasn't. It was something else. I cannot remember what the name
A
of it.
chick robot,
Yeah,
like Creep Show.
it was like Creep Show.
Rosie O'Donnell show.
No,
Lolita.
The View.
no.
Edie.
God damn it.
The Americans.
No, it was. It was. I don't know.
Tales from the Crypt.
It wasn't. It was like Tales from the Crypt, but it was Tales from something else, or it was something similar to that.
Tales from Robot Girl.
No. it was a little-
Real Sex 17.
What's wrong with you guys?
That's the one where they were eating
Cat
like
House.
cake off of fat ladies, right?
Hopefully somebody know. Maybe no. Probably
No,
not.
that's a sad.
No.
Fuck you. This is Chugga Chugga all over again, baby.
I love the
Oh my God!
yellow-
It's 8:30. We're still here. What's happening? Oh my God!
We've only been recording for
I
an
know,
hour
but we
30.
started an
right.
hour late.
Yeah, because Packers won. Awesome.
Waste of a
The
time.
Packers.
Zappity.
That's all the Zappity
Grumble.
Grumbles.
My recommendation we already talked about. It's Crimson Peak, but don't go into it expecting a horror movie. It's not a horror movie. Expect beautiful cinema.
My recommendation is Fantastic Planet. I told someone to watch it, and anyone who hasn't seen it
That's
should
the French
watch it.
animated one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the I forget what they call the human people, and then there's the people that put the little like headphones on that teach them everything.
I obviously know what it is. I don't know
Yeah.
why you're still looking at me.
I don't know. I just thought you would have recognized the name.
Oh no, I don't know. I don't remember.
The name of the humans. It was just so
I don't
iconic.
remember anything about it. It's been
Yeah.
a while since I saw it. I remember all the images of it. I can see it in my head.
Perversions
I
of
don't remember.
science.
Perversions of science.
Yep.
That definitely was porn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. No, fantastic.
Oh, was that USA up? Was that up all night?
No, it was-
Yeah, it was up all night.
With,
Nope.
what
just remember
who was
it now.
the female comedian who hosted the Up All Night? She was in Hudson
Rhonda?
Hawk. No, not her. The other one. No, so never mind. I'm thinking of a different
Lisa
one.
Kudrow.
Lisa Kudrow, not Lisa Kudrow.
Was it Rhonda?
Yeah, she was USA Up All Night. There was something else. It was she. Fuck. I'm Andy now.
I got nothing.
Recommendation.
The Alzheimer's is setting in.
You talked about Fantastic.
Yeah,
Planet.
Fantastic Planet, weed, and LSD are optional. Either way, it'll be a good trip.
Andy McDowell.
That's my recommendation.
Andy McDowell.
That's your recommendation? Is any McDowell?
I IMDb'd Hudson Hawk. I think I'm the 7th person in history to IMDb Hudson Hawk.
I was the 6th because I had it before you. My recommendation is you should go watch Smokey and the Bandit. Done.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah, why haven't you seen that yet? What's wrong with you?
Why would I bother watching some crappy 80s movie?
It's not in the 80s, fucker.
It's a 70s.
70s?
70s film, yes.
Jesus.
Yeah, Burt Reynolds' mustache is very
Hey.
intimidating.
Oh, and just Sally Field's ass.
Sally Fields, yeah.
Sally Field's
worth it.
ass is completely worth it just for that movie alone. Go. Fucking.
I'm going to recommend the Uncharted collection for the PS4. It's pretty cool. I played through the entire first game this weekend already, so I have 2 more to go. I've beat the games on the PS3, but it's a pretty good, it's a very good HD remake, and it's got some cool like play modes and whatnot. It's just the original games, but they're so good. I love everything that company does.
I'm really hoping when
And $50 for 3 games is pretty awesome.
Andromeda, Mass Effect Andromeda hits out, that they release a rehash of all the old Mass Effect games too.
Oh, because it's not on the PS4, is it?
No, it's not.
They probably would. Actually, for the hour-wise,
With all the DLC also, like there's so much DLC in Mass Effect 1 and 2 that I missed. Like I never did any of the Kasumi things. I never did any of that.
I only
so.
did Mass Effect 2 DLCs. I never did Mass Effect 1 DLCs.
Well, the Citadel was amazing.
yeah.
So that was
Whoa. So you may play it again if it's
No,
on the PS4.
but I'm saying, but for the dollar,
Sounded like
for the
you're-
dollar amount you would get out of, if you want to play a game and don't care about the story, it's a fine game. But I mean, the sheer number of hours you would get for $60
Exactly, yeah.
would be pretty ridiculous if
Well,
they put them all in one bundle.
when I first bought Mass Effect 1, I got it for $10 at GameStop, and it was the best $10 I ever spent.
Yeah.
I can honestly say there's not been $10 I've spent that have got me more entertainment.
Number 1 was Real Wild Cinema, REEL. Sandra Bernhard hosted it, and they showed like schlocky B movies
Oh.
late night on USA or TNT or something in the mid 90s.
Was that after that?
with Andy McDowell.
Yes, with Andy McDowell. Number 2, did you see the thing about the website that reviewed Uncharted 4? and they said that like
Oh,
they
yes, yep.
played it. All right, they had they played it, and then they did this whole review about how it was terrible because it was same old, same old. It was the same as all the previous games. There was no innovation. It was retreading same tired old ground. They had played Uncharted 2. They thought they were playing Uncharted 4, but they were playing the high-definition re-release of Uncharted 2, and they were like, this is the same as Uncharted 2! Negative review! Just lambasted it.
Yeah, people got screenshots of the review, but I think they took it down. Now there's just
they
a retraction, obviously.
That would be a pretty bad thing for them as a company. I wonder.
Yeah.
It was our first game review. It was going to make us.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That sounds like...
I will say, Uncharted, of all the three games, obviously one's the least innovative because it's the first one and they didn't know what they had and what they had.
Yeah.
But the HD version's pretty slick. I was pretty
Of one?
Of one, yeah. I've done that's my second time completed. I've actually, I might go back and get all the collectibles because that's a pain in the ass in those games.
Yep.
But yeah.
Set it right on your dick.
Boom. That's where it belongs.
Couldn't not hold them anymore.
Are we done with it? Are we done?
Apparently.
Yeah, recommendations are out. I think
Bye.
that's the end of it.
Thanks for watching,
Yeah.
everybody.
Here I come, Atlanta. Fuck you.
Fuck you, Atlanta.
Atlanta.
In general.
I know a lot of good tattoo artists there.
I'm still streaming.
No, don't
Oh,
say.
I'm about to whip my dick out and start meat spinning.
Meat spinning
that could be
with
that could be
torch.
our new exit strategy.
If I
right?
put my penis in this bottle, would it be stuck?